I bring you greetings from Kenya, East Africa, specifically from Baringo County. My name is Joel Chola, and I'm the East Africa Good Works representative here in Kenya. And we are standing here on an island that we first visited with Crystal Clear about 2 to 3 years ago. And when we first came here, we found that this place was an area that is populated with about 2,000 people, about 500 homes. And some of the challenges we found here, first of all, is that the people were really battling with the disease of malaria. This was very predominant when we visited the dispensary. We found that there was a lot of people that were dying or being affected by this malaria disease. We also found that this area was having a lot of ailments, stomach ailments. This is because of waterborne diseases, because of lack of fresh drinking water. We also found that a lot of the young children were malnourished because of lack of the availability of vegetables that provide necessary nutrients for a balanced diet. We also found that this area had a very big problem with sanitation, simply because there was only one toilet that was available for the entire community, and the toilet was already full and it was in a very dilapidated state. And so because of lack of sanitation, there was also a lot of waterborne diseases, because people would use the water body that is around this island as a toilet facility.
Wakati tulikuwa mbeleni, wakati huyu kijana hajapata kazi, tulikuwa kama watu hajiwezi.
Now that Crystal Clear came here about 2 to 3 years ago, like I said, and began to seek for solutions to bring hope to a place that was living in hopelessness and was really struggling to raise up families. We came up with several solutions that Crystal Clear has been supporting effortlessly and sustained this effort for the last several years. And first of all, we began by giving mosquito nets to over 500 homes. This was done in a period of about 2 to 3 months to ensure that every home received a mosquito net, and that protects them from the parasite that causes malaria.
Yeah, the impact of mosquito nets here in KOKWA, we find that the malaria has reduced to almost to zero, because we find the attendance to the dispensary has reduced.
Okay. Secondly, we were also able, through Crystal Clear, to build 6 toilets, very good facility, very good toilets. Actually, each toilet is 2 in 1, so really we have 12 toilets that are available to use for the entire community, and this has helped to elevate the issue of sanitation and bring it to under control. We were also able to give about 15 groups of 15 fishing groups. Each group got about 15 nets to be able to go out to the freshwater lake and be able to get some fish and increase the nutrient levels for each family. We were also able to begin to touch the community by providing a facility that they can use as a social gathering place, and also use it for church. On Sundays, we gave out over 200 Bibles. We did a small evangelistic crusade, and we began a church right on this island, because when we first came here, people asked for a place where they could worship and they could have church. Then also to help with education, Crystal Clear began a child sponsorship project at MERIPARI Primary School, which currently has about 50 young children, and all of them now are under sponsorship. Through Crystal Clear, we're able to provide for them 1 square meal a day. We're also able to provide for them porridge as a snack at some point during the day. We're also able to pay for 4 qualified teachers, and this has greatly increased the motivation levels The children are able to attend school. The parents are happy to send their children to a school that is now thriving. In fact, several other organizations have also now come alongside. Once Crystal Clear set the ball rolling, we've had several people who have now come alongside to help with the school. They've built an extension classroom. They've built another toilet for the school. And so we've really seen a significant change where this school and education level is concerned. Crystal Clear then began also to tackle the issue of nutrients. How do you provide good vegetables for the families? And so we began this project where we created a hydroponic farm. You can see one behind me, and this is a type of greenhouse where you're able to plant vegetables in a rocky volcanic soil using fresh water that we get from the lake. We were able to put a water pump, we were able to put a water tank, several water tanks, and we began with one hydroponic farm. And each of these farms, during harvest, you are able to provide vegetables on a daily basis for at least 20 families. At least 20 families can be able to get vegetables for a period of about 3 to 4 weeks, and then you do another plant. And the idea behind this was to make this project self-sustaining. And that is why we eventually have gone from 1 to 4 hydroponic farms, so that then there can be an alternating time of harvest, so that in a given season of harvest, you can have a prolonged time of harvest that will go for at least 2 to 3 months. And also with the sales that you will acquire by selling the vegetables to the families, we're able to sustain the needs of the farm. Some of the needs that are in the farm, first of all, you need to continuously put nutrients in the water. You need to always be able to refresh the soil that is used in these hydroponic farms. You also have to pay a gardener on a consistent basis to maintain the quality of vegetables, not to mention the fuel that is needed to keep the water pumps running. And so this whole project is now getting to a point where it is self-sustaining, because we can now rotate the harvest between the 4 farms, and this achieves 2 purposes. First of all, you're able to provide vegetables for the families in a consistent basis, but also you're able to bring income. At the rate of 20 families per harvest per day, that means that you can actually touch 80 families at a given season of harvest when all the 4 farms are in full harvest. And so we want to say, first of all, thank you to Crystal Clear, because the next phase that Crystal Clear has now entered into is that we have now begun putting together goat farms on the island. One goat farm typically starts off with about 10 goats, but the ultimate goal is that in the next year and a half, the goats will have multiplied, they will breed, and the goal is to get to about 30 to 40 goats before you begin now selling the goats for profit. Each goat during sale, at the point of selling, could sell for between $50 to $60, which then brings income that can help us to sustain the gardener who's on site, but also be able to again begin to make extra profits to the entire project. And so we want to say thank you to Crystal Clear. Thank you for the impact that you're having on this island. Like I said, this island is about 2,000 people, 2,500 maybe. But now we are getting to the point where Crystal Clear is known in the entire village. Crystal Clear's impact is very clear because the level of waterborne diseases has gone down, because we've also provided water filters in each of the schools that is in this island. They're able to drink clean water, because now they take the water from the lake and they're able to filter it and use it for drinking. And so we want to say thank you to Crystal Clear. We want to say God bless you. We want to say continue to sustain what you're doing, because we believe that this is an area that was once hopeless, and they have now found hope because of Crystal Clear. God bless you.